So, today is the day I am finally going to be able to try and start this 200X project that I have been building for almost 3 years. I started with just the motor and have purchased every part piece by piece, hand-picked from the best selection or parts I could find. A lot of, not a lot, but a few came from one guy who had quite a bit of nice parts. I just got the tank back from powder, just got the decals put on this weekend. It is Monday, which doesn't really matter. I haven't put gas in it yet. This motor, when I bought it from a site we all know, I paid him, and he had a few other motors, not a lot of items. This was 3 years ago. I waited a couple days till I knew it was shipped, and then I messaged him and asked him what was the story on this motor. And his comment was, and I looked for it, on there, and I can't find it on my archives. But his comment was, it has been sitting on a shelf since 1986, which really piqued my interest. I waited to respond until I got the motor. I wanted to look the motor over myself and just to see, what was what. If you can tell, I've done some 350Xs and I have one still, and I've never done a 200X, and I wanted to find out before I said anything if there's a possibility that this thing could have been sitting since 1986. So, after looking over this motor, I realized it's never been cracked open, and it is in really good shape. No gouges, no anything. It To me, I mean, I only can take his word for it. So I got it, and I responded to him again after that, and he didn't respond to me. I asked him. I'm of course want to know more. Why did you take it out? What was the reason for taking it out? Because in '86, you could still have them. In '87 is when, if you were a dealer or whatever, you had to cut them off right here, and you were supposed to, I think, send them back to the manufacturer or whatever. And I know a lot of people kept them and whatnot. So that didn't really make sense, because in '86 you could still have it, and I want to know, maybe he took it out to put a race motor in it. I don't have no idea, but he didn't respond to me. He wouldn't. I mean, I didn't bug him, so I did some research on him, kind of as much as I could, see what kind of, and he didn't have a lot of going on, a lot of history either. So, and with the few items that he had to sell, I'm thinking he may have been a dealer or a manager. He acquired, or was really smart and kept some of these motors, but for whatever reason, that was his comment. Why he would say that? I mean, and not tell me the truth. That's why I waited for him to ship it, so the money was there. So if he still had it, I wouldn't cancel my order of some bull crap. So there was no reason for him to really lie, and I mean, which, yeah, of course he could have. But from what I can see on this motor, I mean, if you look at it really close, I mean, look at Look at the bolts. You know, the look at those. I mean, you can see very little wear. Oops, sorry. Right in there. I mean, the thing is super nice. The bottom is very nice. I mean, there was none of this on here. The only thing I got with this motor was a spark plug and nothing else. You know, every piece I have individually bought. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's still got the copper. If you, well, there's copper washers that they used on the top. Or yeah, you're not going to be able to see it, but here, right here, and usually if those were ever taken out, they usually never got put back in. Um, but yeah, so today is going to be the day I try to start this thing, and in regardless if it hasn't been started since '86, I've had it for almost 3 years since I've been slowly putting it together. But I mean, I'm just gonna take his word for it, and maybe it hasn't been started since '86, and regardless, it hasn't been started for a long, long time. So let's hope that I just didn't waste a bunch of money buying every little piece for this three wheeler that you need. I mean, every nut and bolt, I think I got correct. If I didn't have it, I bought it. I tried to make everything as OEM as possible. I mean, of course, I got a new sprocket, new chain. This rear brake caliper is new, and I tried to keep it OEM. It has the original parking brake line still there. I'm just gonna leave it right there. All of the lines are all OEM, brand new forks or shocks. Um, I mean, if you look at the numbers on here, they're all original, brand new brake fluid reservoir. Headlight isn't. It's got a crack in it. There's one little crack there, but um, oh, the grab bars brand new, which are very expensive. Um, all the rubber, all the bearings, all the bushings, everything is redone and new in there. The swing arm is super good condition. The shock is also. This thing, these hangers are. Everything is in really, really, really good condition. That I still need a lid for the air box. I still need a skid plate, rear skid plate, um, and I still need another one of these. I had two. I got one on each side. Yeah, the tank just came back from powder. No gas. I'm gonna put some gas in here. I mean, shoot, you can't see in there. But anyway, there's no gas. I mean, this ever been in this tank? I've since I've had it. So, uh, what else? Oh yeah, this is a new. It looks, it's original. It's a new aftermarket, but it's identical. I hope that I got that hooked up right and everything. I don't know. This is going to be a first for trying to start this thing. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I put gas in there, it's going to start pouring out. Who knows what's going to happen here? I have no idea. So I have the gas off. If you look closely, there's no gas in the line yet. I'll put some in there, and if in this brand new petcock. Turn it on and we'll watch it flow down in there. Brand new carb, OEM, everything. Powder coat frame. Uh, this is, I just put that in there for extra protection. That's actually off an 85, but that's just to keep it from rubbing ever. Yeah, I mean, the thing is almost ready. I got some rear. I got look at that. Tires in pretty good shape. The wheels are dyno shape. The shocks are brand new. Excuse me, that kind of cold. Here's another. That's one of the rears over there with some really good original tires. I mean, the thing is, there's the fenders up there. Got them wrapped. I wrapped them. I'll talk about that another time. But I'm gonna put some gas in this thing, and let's see if she fires. This is the first video I've ever done, so bear with me. I don't think it. Yeah, the first video. Just because I thought this would be interesting. I thought maybe somebody may find it interesting because I know I would be, to see if this thing will fire after. That would be, how many, I don't even know now. He's 36 years, something like that. That's a long time. So please, I'll put some gas in it here. I'll be back in a second.